Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Meri Brown shares how Janelle and Kody are coping since Garrison's suicide. Sister Wives star Meri Brown appeared on a podcast this week in which she spilled some tea on her life and the lives of her former family. One thing she addressed was how Janelle and Kody are coping since their son Garrison died by suicide. What did she have to say about her ex and former sister wife? Keep reading to find out more. Meri Brown revealed how Janelle and Kody are coping after losing son. Sister Wives star Meri Brown appeared on the Misunderstood with Rachel Ucatel podcast this week. One thing she talked about was how Janelle and Kody are coping after Garrison's death. She revealed to Rachel that she had spoken with both Janelle and Kody. She said, "I've talked to each of them, and I think there's good days and bad days. Don't know how there couldn't be." Garrison Brown's birth parents are not the only ones who are still struggling to accept his death. Meri admits she too has a hard time still. She said she would see a photo of him and think she doesn't like that it happened. She said it's really sad. Meri also mentioned how she watched her mother lose two of her own children before she passed away. Seeing how her mom was, she couldn't imagine how Janelle felt and still feels. She said, "I watched my mom lose two of her own kids before she passed. It's tragic." 4 weeks after he had passed away, Meri also shared thoughts about losing him after coming across a photo. She said, "Seeing it immediately moved me to tears, a testament of the love I have for him, the pain of the loss of him. It's a reminder that grief comes in unexpected waves, memories of the moments with him, all that remains. 4 weeks today without him here with us. A lifetime of memories to hold sacred." Garrison's tragic death. Robert Garrison Brown passed away earlier this year. He died by suicide. When he passed, his brother Gaby found him deceased on his bed. The news was announced by both Janelle and Kody that Garrison had died. They went to social media to share the news with Sister Wives fans. Many were grieving right along with the Brown family. Fans watched Garrison grow up on their television screens. Janelle has been spending a lot of time with her other children and making memories with her grandchildren. The room was filled with a quiet hum of the evening news playing softly in the background. Meri Brown sat at her kitchen table, her hands wrapped around a warm cup of tea. She took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the past few months settle on her shoulders. It had been a turbulent time for the Brown family, and tonight Meri felt the need to open up, to share how Janelle and Kody were coping since the heartbreaking loss of their son, Garrison. Garrison's suicide had come as a shock to everyone. He had always been a bright, vibrant soul, full of life and laughter. But like so many others, he had his hidden struggles, battles fought in silence. The news of his passing had shattered their world, leaving a void that seemed impossible to fill. Meri took another sip of her tea, the warmth offering a small comfort. She thought back to the days following Garrison's death. Janelle, always the strong one, had crumbled. It was the first time Meri had seen her friend and sister wife so utterly broken. Janelle had always been the rock of the family, the one who held everyone together. But this loss was too great, even for her. Kody, too, was a shadow of his former self. The confident, charismatic man who had always been the leader of their plural family seemed lost. He would wander the house aimlessly, his eyes hollow and filled with pain. The grief had taken its toll on him, leaving him struggling to find a way forward. In the weeks that followed, the Brown family had rallied around Janelle and Kody. They had come together, drawing strength from one another in their collective grief. There were tears, endless conversations, and moments of silence where words were not needed. Meri herself had found solace in the small acts of kindness they extended to one another, the way they held each other close in their darkest moments. Janelle had thrown herself into her work, finding a semblance of normalcy in the routine of her daily tasks. She had always been the practical one, and in the face of such a profound loss, she clung to the familiar. It was her way of coping, of keeping herself afloat in a sea of sorrow. Meri admired her strength, even as she worried about the toll it was taking on her friend. Kody, on the other hand, had retreated into himself. He had always been the emotional center of their family, the one who wore his heart on his sleeve. But now he was a man adrift, struggling to find his way back to the surface. Meri had tried to reach out to him, to offer her support, but he seemed unreachable, lost in his own world of pain. It was during one of these moments of quiet reflection that Meri realized just how much Cristin's death had affected them all. It was not just the loss of a son, but the loss of a future filled with promise and possibility. The grief was a constant presence, a shadow that followed them wherever they went, but amidst the sorrow, there were moments of light, of hope. Janelle had started attending a support group for parents who had lost children to suicide. It was there that she found a sense of community, of understanding. She had always been the one to offer support to others, but now she was learning to lean on those around her. The group had become a lifeline for her, a place where she could speak openly about her pain and find solace in the shared experiences of others. Kody, too, had started to find his way back. He had begun seeing a therapist, something he had initially been resistant to. But with time he realized that he needed help, that he could not navigate this grief alone. The therapy sessions had become a sanctuary for him, a place where he could begin to unravel the complex emotions that had consumed him since Cristin's death. Meri had watched as both Janelle and Kody took these steps towards healing, and she felt a glimmer of hope. It was not an easy journey, and there were still many dark days ahead. But they were moving forward, one small step at a time. The Brown family was resilient, bound together by love and the shared commitment to one another. As Meri sat there, lost in thought, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. The road ahead was uncertain, but they were not alone. They had each other, and in that, there was strength. Cristin's memory would live on in their hearts, a beacon of light in the darkness. Meri took another sip of her tea, the warmth spreading through her. She knew that there would be more tears, more moments of sorrow. But there would also be moments of joy, of laughter, and of love. They would honor Cristin's memory by living their lives to the fullest, by holding each other close and never taking a single moment for granted. In the quiet of that evening, Meri felt a renewed sense of purpose. She would be there for Janelle and Kody, for the entire family, as they navigated this new reality. They had a long road ahead, but they would walk it together, hand in hand, hearts entwined. And in that, there was hope.